Hey everyone, welcome to this full moon Sidereal Astrology forecast for the full moon on Monday, March 9th, 2020. All right, so full moon in Leo. If you're expecting me to say Virgo just then, be sure to check out the link down below. We're using the actual size of the constellations, which is different from mainstream astrology. All right, so second full moon in Leo. We had the last one here as well, so great to further develop our expressive side. Leo is about cultivating our playfulness, which leads to self-expression and ultimately developing the things that we're proud of. So with this, we have an opposition up to deep watery Neptune, so good to find balance with receptivity. The sun's going to be shifting into Pisces, so our focus will likely be on more receptive things for the next roughly month and a half. And other than that, some trines. We have a trine up to Pluto, maybe some empowerment. With Jupiter, maybe some inspirations or potentials, and with Mars, maybe feeling about a bit self-assured or confident or direct with that trine. And lastly, Mercury is going station direct today and tomorrow, so a lot of the things we've been reworking, rethinking, now begin to shift forward with specifically any future matters or visions we may have. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the chart for the full moon. Now, a quick announcement, down below in the comment section, there is a link to a new insiders community that I've created. It is essentially a newsletter with extra videos, some personalized horoscopes for those of you into those video horoscopes, and also community events announcements. So if you do want extra videos, extra content, and to be a part of this community, do check out MTZ Insiders. There'll be a sign up link down below. All right, so let's take a look at the full moon. Here's the chart for the full moon. It will be at 13:16 Eastern time of the Americas on Monday, March 9th. So if you do want to make that calculation for wherever you are in the world, but for all intents and purposes, it will be around Monday. All right, so here's the moon at the very end of Leo. This is the second full moon that we've had here. The first one was at the beginning, and now this one is at the end, since Leo is, of course, a larger constellation. So great to do a status check with the qualities of ourself that represent our self-expression. What are the things that are close to our hearts? What are the things that we find fun? And what we're proud of? You know, Leo really is about that dignified energy of expressing ourselves and also cultivating the things that we're proud of or are close to our hearts. So a really good time to do a status check with this full moon. How is that side of ourself doing? And how can we further develop it for the next 2 weeks and maybe even the next 6 months here in the lunar and solar cycle? So that's what full moons are about. It's this heightened part of the lunar month. Great for doing a status check with these Leo qualities. We may gain some insights during the full moon, and with these insights, we may decide to do some shifting and pivoting along the life journey. So give it some time going into Tuesday, maybe as far as Wednesday, but great to do this status check and see how maybe there are some things you can shift with to further develop this expressive and ultimately proud energy of Leo into your life. So with that fire, we do have a lot of water going on. We've had the sun recently pass over deep watery Neptune, which is going to be in a very close opposition up to the full moon. And the sun is going to be entering receptive Pisces for roughly the next month and a half. So with this, great to find balance with the water energies of life, right? Pisces is about, and Neptune is about receptivity, you know, being receptive and accepting what is, being present, listening to our intuition, being soul guided, and at the end of the day, really accepting what is, you know, finding more peace in our life, more wholeness. And so that's why it's important to be soul guided and to listen to our intuition and to access a bit of that receptivity, because it eventually does lead to more of that peace in our life and more wholeness. So good to incorporate some of that, but with balance, because there might be, with an opposition, maybe a tendency to go either too far into the water realms or not enough. And so anything we can do to find that balance, that healthy receptivity, healthy soul guidedness, right? Healthy spirituality, wholeness is a great way of working with the full moon and will likely be the strongest element of it. But along with that opposition, we do have some trines, and it's trining the stellium that we've had over in Sagittarius, including recently Mars, Jupiter, Pluto, and a bit Saturn. So a lot of planets here in the fellow fire sign of Sagittarius. So Trine's a bit more supportive with these planets. We could be feeling maybe a bit direct, maybe self-assured with Mars. Good to take initiative and action again in this fire sign, maybe to expand our horizons a bit with Sagittarius. We could be quite inspired perhaps with a trine to Jupiter, right? Maybe a bit of adventurousness, inspiration, open-mindedness available as well. And with a trine up to Pluto, maybe some deep energy that can be quite supportive. So feeling maybe a bit empowered with this full moon and willing to transform things and make changes. And very slightly Saturn, who's been a part of all this, maybe quite grounded or disciplined. So a lot of planets activating from the trinal aspect to the full moon in Sagittarius, which is the fact that it's been a great time collectively to continue to transform, expand, and put energy into our spirited side. You know, the side that is adventurous, the side that wants to expand our horizons, be open-minded and shift perspective. Right, this could all be supportive with this full moon here. All right, so yeah, other than this, Mercury is going station direct after his 3-week retrograde these past 3 weeks, and that's going to be taking us into Tuesday here. So on Monday with the full moon, while we're doing the status check, good to maybe slow down with what we've been rethinking or even just thinking or redoing or having to be flexible with these past 3 weeks, because there's a lot of things up in the air during Mercury retrograde. There's information that still needs to solidify, and a lot of it can be about maybe some of these future matters or collective matters with it all in Aquarius. So do expect those things to be shifting, but it may take a little bit into Tuesday and Wednesday for those things to then move forward. So on Monday, allowing things to just kind of pause, see what maybe we've learned the past few weeks, and maybe even noticing some things starting to shift direction and begin to move forward here into early next week with anything we've been thinking about, working on, and just being aware of in regards to future things or our visions in general. All right, so that is the most important things here with the full moon, but we do, of course, still have a bit of Venus over Uranus from yesterday. So if there were any new shifts of values, any new relationship energies, anything that's been quite different or outside of your norm that has been starting to emerge, it could be a good day of integrating that. Great to mix things up with our enjoyments, with our values, with relationships, and that's setting a new beginning for a yearly sense with those matters coming into the day. All right, everyone, so that's the full moon in a nutshell. Most important thing is we have this full moon in expressive Leo. Great to do this status check with this side of ourself and cultivate, again, the things we're proud of and get into some of that fire energy, fun energy, creative energy with Leo. And asking yourself, how can we do that while balancing it with water, while maintaining receptivity, acceptance, listening to our soul, our intuition, getting some rest perhaps, right? Finding balance with that deep water stuff. But trines up to a lot of planets with the stellium and Sagittarius, which are fundamentally helping us expand our horizons. And Mercury going station direct in Aquarius. Great to have that shift of perspective in regards to things we've been rethinking or redoing the past few weeks. All right, so everyone have a fantastic full moon. Thank you so much for watching. Again, down below will be that link to MTZ Insiders if you want to join that. But yeah, have a great one. Thank you again for all of your support, and I'll see you all next time for the next daily video. Take care.